Good afternoon. We are bringing you live alternative commentary from Gillingham against Rotherham United on this, the final day of the League One season. My name is Nicholas Jones and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. And we are also live on the Commentary Hub 2, Storm FM, and on our Twitch channel. So, Judgment Day in League One. Both sides going into this game with very clear aims at both opposite ends of the League One table. Gillingham need to win and rely on other teams around them failing to score if they are to survive another season in League One. For Rotherham United, their aim couldn't be more different. They must also win and hope that their main rivals, Wigan Athletic, lose to Shrewsbury Town if they are to win the League One title. But it's also tough. But they've also got opposition in MK Dons. Should they win their game against Plymouth Argyle and Rotherham lose, or draw, then they will beat Rotherham to the second place automatic promotion slots. Even if Rotherham win, but Wigan Athletic win also, then they are guaranteed at least an automatic playoff position with second place. Other League One permutations in around the playoffs and relegation. Plymouth Argyle also have their own objective as well. They must win their game against MK Dons in order to ensure that the last playoff spot in sixth remains theirs. However, they have got opposition in Wycombe Wanderers, who are just outside the playoff positions in seventh and on the same number of points as them. The Chairboys must win their away match against Burton Albion if they are to occupy the last playoff place instead of the Pilgrims. So much to look ahead to, and as well as bringing you the main commentary between Gillingham and Rotherham, I will be updating you on all the remaining games in League One as we edge towards the playoffs stages and the road to Wembley the road to Wembley at the end of May. Gillingham have really got their backs up against the wall. They haven't won a single match since their away game to Accrington Stanley on March the 26th, and they haven't won at home since February the 8th against Cambridge United. And what a time to do it should they win at home. Rotherham have had a bit of a wobble recently. They drew against Sunderland. They drew against Sunderland earlier this week, but they did win last week against Oxford. United. So you might think that given where they are positioned in League One, that Rotherham might have more of a chance, but for Gillingham, they really have no choice. They simply must win, and it's also do or die for Fleetwood Town, AFC Wimbledon, and Doncaster Rovers. They must win their games to stay in League One for at least another season, and also rely on other teams failing to score should they do so. Fleetwood need to be wary. Fleetwood need to be wary of Gillingham, and they must simply win their away match against Bolton Wanderers, who are against 10th place Bolton Wanderers. So the fans are gathering around at Priestfield Stadium on what appears to be a glorious sunny day. The Rotherham fans are out in force. So are the Gillingham supporters as well. And I can now take you through. The playing formations and the teams. Starting with Gillingham. In goal is number 12, Aaron Chapman. The remaining players: number 3, David Tatunda; number 6, Jack Tucker; number 5, Max Amer; number 15, Connor Masterson; number 2, Ryan Jackson; number 10, Ollie Lee; number 4, the captain, Stuart O'Keefe; number 11, Ben Reeves; number 8, Ben Thompson; and number 19, Vadane Oliver. On the substitutes bench is number 1, Pontus Dahlberg; number 25, Christian Nagoma; number 22, Gerald Sitol; number 26, number 20, Daniel Phillips; number 24, Mustafa Karayol; number 23, Harvey Lintott; and number 32, Josh Chambers. For Rotherham, in goal is number 1, Victor Johansson; number 2, Wes Harding; number 4, Dan Barlaser; number 6, the captain, Richard Wood; number 7, Geordie Osei Tutu; number 8, Ben Wiles; number 11, Chidozie Ogbene; number 18, Ollie Rathbone; number 20, Michael Ihekwe; number 23, Rahmani Edmonds-Green; and number 24, Michael Smith. On the substitutes bench, number 30, Josh Chapman; the reserve goalkeeper, number 3, Joe Mattock; number 15, Georgali Bola; number 22, Hakeem Odofin; number 16, Jamie Lindsay; number 19, Joshua Coyote; and number 12, Georgie Kelly. Our match officials, and as for the match officials, our referee is Samuel Barrett. Assistant referees Connor Farrell and Mark Stevens, and the fourth official, Gareth Vickers. So in other team news, Charlie Kelman is absent. He's completing his 2-match ban, and Robbie McKenzie is also missing with ankle ligament damage. Stuart O'Keefe has undergone a late fitness test for a calf problem, but is expected to start, which I've mentioned. And Mustafa Karayol, despite struggling with hamstring injuries, has made the substitutes bench. So good for him. And the players and match officials have exited the dugout tunnel and are making their way onto the centre around onto the centre of the pitch. And as for Rotherham, no fresh injury concerns for manager Paul Warne. Although on loan, Will Grigg is still out with a hamstring injury, and Shane Ferguson, who plays at wingback, will play no further parts this season, as an injury to his foot will keep him out until the start of next season. So the players, as I speak, now gathering around the centre of the pitch, and I can go through the formations for Gillingham. They are playing in a 5-4-3 formation, and with Chapman in goal. Then the back three: Tucker, Amer, Masterson, Jackson, and the next four are Jackson, Lee, O'Keefe, and Tatunda, with Reeves and Thompson flanking Oliver, the lone striker. Neil Harris is the manager of Gillingham, I'll get to him a bit later, and we now go through the formation for Rotherham. They are in a 3-4-2-1 formation. Johansson in goal. The back three: Edmonds Green, Wood, and Ihekwe. Then the next group of four are Harding, Rathbone, Barlaser, and Osei Tutu, with Ogbene and Wiles flanking Smith, the lone striker. And as I was about to mention for Neil Harris, currently manager of Gillingham, ex-Millwall and Cardiff City manager. And Ben Wiles, he's scored 10 goals and 7 assists for Rotherham this season. He could be one to look out for, although I'd have to say the main danger man for Rotherham has surely got to be Michael Smith. He scored 25 goals in 53 appearances for the club, and Verdane Oliver is Gillingham's top goal scorer with 11. So quite a contrast. Between these two. But I would have to say for Gillingham, I would have to say watch out for Verdane Oliver. But also, what do you think? Let me know in the comments, please. As the teams get ready for Paul Warne. He's been with Rotherham. Paul Warne, he's been with Rotherham since 2016, so knows about promotion and relegation inside out. And it will be Gillingham to kick us off at Priestfield. The players are now getting into position, and they take the knee in solidarity for the ongoing fight against racism. And they now take their positions as we prepare to kick off. And we are underway at Priestfield Stadium for this crucial decider match between Gillingham and Rotherham, and already a throw-in to Rotherham within the first 10 seconds. So it has all but kicked off, and it was still 20 seconds. And Neil Harris, he's won 5 of the previous 17 games as Gillingham manager, so he has stepped into the job quite recently. As David Tutunda takes the throw in for Gillingham, but the ball has gone out of play again for the 3rd time. So we're having nothing but throw-ins at this early stage of the game. But there are still 89 or so minutes to go before we can. So definitely a long way to go, and already the Rotherham goalkeeper, Johansson, has already picked up thrown the ball. He's already rolled it out to one of the midfielders. I can't possibly make out who it is, but it's been picked up by Wes Harding. Now it's Harding passing to Edmonds Green. Now it's back towards Harding. Edmonds Green now after the ball, and was almost taken away by Verdane Oliver. But Dan Barlaser now crossing to Richard Wood, the captain. Wood now passing upfield towards Ogbene. Ogbene was about to pass to Osei Tutu, but was brought down by a Gillingham midfielder. Couldn't make out who it was. I think it might have been Ollie Lee. It might have been Ollie Lee. We'll receive further information as and when we can. But Rotherham have now been given a throw-in. So already 2 minutes in. It's already 2 minutes in, and it's proven to be a bit of a slow start in this game. But elsewhere it still remains 0-0 across the board in League One. So early stages yet, as Rotherham are now advancing towards goal, and a possible header by Ben Wiles. Almost went into the net. Good cross between, I think that might have been Rathbone towards Wiles. or was it? No, I think it was Michael Smith. But the closest that anyone's been to scoring so far in this game, as Aaron Chapman gets ready to kick the ball out for Gillingham, which he does. But Rotherham now have the ball back, and it's Jordi Osei Tutu who was about to pass upfield to Ben Wiles, but Gillingham now have the ball back, and the ball's now with Ryan Jackson. Jackson was looking for Ben Thompson, but Rotherham were wise to that challenge, and it's a throw-in, still 0-0 between Gillingham and Rotherham after almost 3.5 minutes. Ryan Jackson will take the throw-in for Rotherham. Needs to make sure that he finds a Gillingham teammate, which he almost does, but Rotherham just want to keep the ball away from them, but not a chance though. And the ball's now with Stuart O'Keefe, the captain for Gillingham, but poorly given away to Rotherham. And a play has been the play still goes on. I thought it was about to be stopped because there might have been an incident between Chidozie Ogbene and Stuart O'Keefe. I think there was. Yes, indeed there was. And he almost lost his balance there and almost falling down. And Ogbene understandably annoyed. But the referee sees nothing wrong with it, and a throw-in has been awarded to Gillingham. It's looking very tense between them at Priestfield, and a goal has gone in already between Sheffield Wednesday and Portsmouth. Yet it's Pompey that take the lead. George Hurst in the 4th minute. So this could put a bit of a dent in Sheffield Wednesday's promotion. Hopes. And a throw-in has been, it's a throw-in once again to Rotherham to be taken by Wes Harding. And as a result of that Portsmouth goal, Sheffield Wednesday dropped down a place behind Sunderland, but they are still in the playoff places. Still, though, a long way to go as Rotherham, or should I say Gillingham, get ready to take a goal kick. Chapman backs away. Gets ready to aim. And as things stand right now, what with both Rotherham and Wigan not scoring so far, Wigan will be ahead of Rotherham by 2 points and thus will be League One champions. And as for Gillingham on the other hand, they will still remain in 21st place and relegated. Crew Alexandra are already relegated to League Two. Who will join them as Victor Johansson clears the ball out of the goal area? He was looking for Michael Smith, but Aaron Chapman got to the ball just in time. Just over 7 minutes played. Gillingham 0, Rotherham 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones. Chapman gets ready. Chapman has kicked the ball out of goal, and he was looking, I think, for Vadane Oliver, although I think he was rough handled from behind by Michael Ihekwe. But anyway, the ball is now with Rotherham as Jordi Asay Tutu passing to Ben Wiles, who now finds Dan Barlaser. Barlaser towards Ollie Rathbone. Rathbone towards Rahmani Edwards-Green. Edwards-Green was looking for Michael Smith, but Gillingham are wise to that. And it is the Gills that now have the ball. I was just about, and before I forget, I should say that Gillingham are playing in their home blue and black striped shirts with the blue shorts. Rotherham wearing the red and white shirts and the white shorts and red socks. Gillingham socks are blue as well. Harding gets ready to throw the ball towards a possible goal-scoring opportunity for the Millers, but it's headed away by a Gillingham defender. Harding tries again to cross the ball into the goal, but Gillingham keep that one out too. But the Millers aren't done yet. Harding now with the ball, trying to hold off the advances of the Gillingham defence, but tackled very well by Stuart O'Keefe, and O'Keefe crosses to Dane Oliver, but Rotherham have taken the ball back. It's now with Ihekwe towards Barlaser. Barlaser now towards Ogbene, but dispossessed by Ryan Jackson. And already Sunderland have taken the lead in their game against Morecambe. So Sunderland now on the way to Sunderland well on the way to a promotion. And another goal has just come in. It's between Ipswich Town and Charlton Athletic. Tyreek Parkinson in the 7th minute, and the goal scorer for Sunderland, Nathan Broadhead, in the 10th minute. And a corner has been given to a free kick, I should say, given to Rotherham, and it was almost caught by Wes Harding, but Gillingham have held that. But Gillingham doing very well to hold their ground. 10 minutes gone. Gillingham 0, Rotherham 0, and it will be a goal kick to Gillingham. Neil Harris in conversation with his assistant manager, and as things stand right now, Gillingham will be relegated, along with AFC Wimbledon and Doncaster Rovers, who are also still yet to register a goal today. Rotherham United still in possession, but Gillingham have now taken the ball back, and it's now with Ben Reeves. Ben Reeves doing really well to keep the ball away from a throw-in, but his efforts are all in vain as Rotherham have now got the ball back with Ben Wiles. Wiles now passing to Asay Tutu. Asay Tutu was looking for the best chance to score, but Gillingham did really well to deflect that. Good bit of teamwork between Asay Tutu and Wiles, but it was Jack Tucker who did. But it was Jack Tucker who performed a lovely slide tackle to keep the ball out of Rotherham's reach. And it'll be a corner this time to Rotherham. Rotherham need to make this corner count if they are to score, but it's all in vain as Gillingham head the ball clear. But Ben Wiles now has the ball for the Millers, but Tucker manages to clear it away for Gillingham. And a new goal has just gone in for Ipswich Town. Wes Burns in the 11th minute against Charlton in their game against Charlton. As things stand between them, Ipswich remain 11th and Charlton in 12th. Neil Harris should feel pretty pleased with how Gillingham are handling this one at the moment. But they need to show more of an attacking play up front, which is what Rotherham are doing right now. And just before we went on air, I got a comment from Terry's Beer and Music channel saying, "Come on, Gillingham, believe you can stay up the Gills." So clearly a Gillingham fan. And as I mentioned, Paul Warne knows promotion for Rotherham inside and out. He's promoted them twice from League One since taking over the managerial role in 2016. Goal kick to Gillingham. Things are starting to hot up. Between the two of them now. But a throw-in has been awarded to Rotherham, and it will be Harding to take the throw. No new goals in as of yet, so it's still 0-0. So it's still 0-0 between MK Dons and Plymouth Argyle, and also 0-0 between Burton Albion and Wycombe Wanderers. Rotherham United have had 65% possession so far, and it's Wiles now towards Armani Edwards. Armani Edwards looks for Osei Tutu. He finds him, but Osei Tutu's effort goes over the crossbar. It would appear to me as though Rotherham are getting closer and closer towards goal, but Gillingham still won't let them get through. And a great deflection on the knee by the knee of Ryan Jackson, and it will be Dan Barlaser who will take the corner kick for Rotherham, which he does. He passes to Osei Tutu, but passes back towards him. It almost went into the net, but Aaron Chapman, I should say, was able to deflect that. So that was really close towards goal, but did it actually cross the line? No, it didn't. As Chapman's hand reacted to that one really, really well. For one moment, I did actually think it was going to go in, but Chapman clears the ball out of the goal area, and it still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham 0 after 15 minutes. Throw-in quickly taken by Gillingham. It's now Reeves. I think he was passing it in towards. I think that might have been Connor Masterson, who, like I said, recently returned from injury, and a player has gone down. I think it's Masterson who I mentioned just now. Don't think he needs. No, it isn't. It's Ben Thompson, I should say, and a goal kick to Rotherham to be taken swiftly by Victor Johansson, which he does. Johansson clearing the ball out, but Gillingham, I should say, very quick to intercept that, and it would appear that a Rotherham player was fouled. It was Ollie Rathbone that was fouled, but the referee is now trying to sort out the situation. It might have been Stuart O'Keefe who fouled him, and the referee now making some notes about it. Or was it Jack Tucker? Let's have a look at that again. It was in fact Stuart O'Keefe. I was right first time. And the Gillingham captain goes straight into the book. That is his 8th yellow card this season. He might be aggrieved about it, but the referee's decision is final, and a free kick has been given to Rotherham United. This is the chance now for Rotherham to punish the Gills even further and take the lead. Rathbone now has the ball after receiving it from his teammate, but poorly handled, and it's been given away now to Connor Masterson for Gillingham. Referee says advantage, and the ball has been taken by Osei Tutu for Rotherham, and it's now with Max Amer, but Amer now passing up the wing to Jack Tucker. Jack Tucker now crossing towards Fadaine Oliver, but defended very well by Rotherham. And a few other goals have just gone in for Fleetwood Town. Barry Bagley with the opening goal for Fleetwood in the 17th minute. This could be crucial for them. And Manchester and MK Dons take the lead against Plymouth Argyle. Accrington with Scott Twine in the 17th minute. Accrington Stanley now have the opening goal in the 18th minute in their game against AFC Wimbledon. J. Rich Baghayalu and Sheffield Wednesday have equalised against Portsmouth. Lee Gregory in the 17th minute. Goal kick to Rotherham United. Paul Warne taking a drink and sort of taking it all in. As Asai 2-2 now towards, I think that might have been Ben Wiles, but Gillingham were quick to hold that one off. And as things stand right now, if Plymouth lose this game, Plymouth lose their game against MK Dons, then Wickham will edge ahead of them, regardless of what happens, regardless of whether they win or draw. So this is bad news for Plymouth right now. But back to the here and now, as a Rotherham player was believed to have been fouled. I couldn't really make out who it was, but Bolton not really able to defend against Fleetwood at that time. And already it's going to be a long-range goal kick by Aaron Chapman. Aaron Chapman kicks the ball high into the air. He's aiming for, I think that was Ben Reeves. Reeves had the ball, but it's gone out of play. And I think Vadane Oliver was fouled. And Barnsley take the lead against Preston North End in the Championship. And also in the Premier League, Naby Keita takes the lead 1-0 against Liverpool, 1-0 for Liverpool against Newcastle United in the 19th minute. And also in an earlier game between Manchester City and Brighton and Hove Albion in the Women's Super League, Khadija Shaw makes it 5-2 to the Sky Blues. And in the meantime, Gillingham now giving the ball away poorly to Rotherham. And a foul has just occurred, which has gotten the referee Samuel Barrett's attention. The Gillingham players protesting about it. I think one of them is David Totondu. Totondu arguing his case. I think that was a foul on Chidozie Ogbene, which I did not catch. And yes, indeed, it was. That was a clear foul. Totonda clearly in the wrong. That is his 10th yellow card of the season. A free kick has been given to to Rotherham, I should say. And there's the confirmation. Sheffield Wednesday 1-1 against Plymouth with Gregory in the 17th minute. So the free kick taken for Rotherham, but Gillingham able to hold their own in goal. The ball is now back with Osei Tutu, who crosses towards, I think that might have been Ogbene, but nothing doing that time round. Or was it Edmonds Green? I have a feeling it might have been Edmonds Green. I have a feeling it might have been Edmonds Green that almost headed the ball into goal. Superb teamwork between Osei Tutu and Ihekwe, or was it actually Ihekwe? I have a feeling it actually might be Michael Ihekwe, but whoever it was, just couldn't pull it off for the Millers, and Aaron Chapman now manages to clear the goal for Gillingham. Ben Reeves almost has the ball for the Gills, and a throw-in has been given to Gillingham as well, and it'll be Ryan Jackson to take the throw. And Tony Stewart, the Rotherham chairman, watching intently in the stands. This game must mean so much to him, which is why he's travelled all the way down to Kent to watch this game. As Ryan Jackson, or should I say David Otondu, throws the ball in towards the goal area. A bit of messy defending by Rotherham. So it could be that Gillingham are getting closer to actually scoring that time. It looked to me as though Stuart O'Keefe was in the perfect position, but the ball just missed him. And it'll be Gillingham's first corner of the game in the 23rd minute. And Oxford United take the lead against Doncaster Rovers. Billy Bodin scoring in the 23rd minute. Crewe Alexandra take the lead with Chris Long against Lincoln City. And Gillingham take the corner, but well cleared by Rotherham. And also, it's 1-1 between Cambridge United and Cheltenham Town. Alfie May scoring for Cheltenham in the 23rd minute. Sam Smith was the earlier scorer for Cambridge. As it is now another throw-in to Gillingham. Something must have happened which will have caused the throw-in, which I did not see. So it'll be Ryan Jackson to take the throw for Gillingham, which he does. Jackson throws, headed away by Rotherham, but it's gone straight into the path of Reeves. But it's now been given away to Gillingham. It's now with Tucker. Neither side so far willing to concede an inch. And it was almost with Ben Thompson, but Rotherham quickly sorted that one as well. No further, but even so, no goals as of yet between Wickham and Burton. So no goals as of yet between Wickham and Burton. It still remains 1-0 between MK Dons and Plymouth. So as it stands in that place, Plymouth will lose out. And also as things stand at the top of the table, Wigan will be League One champions. Neil Harris applauding an effort by Gillingham. It seems that's deflected the ball away for Rotherham, but it's given a throw in to the Millers, but it was picked up by Max Amer for Gillingham, and Badane Oliver almost had the ball, but was dispossessed by Edmonds Green. Edmonds Green now passing to Rathbone. Good cross by Rathbone, but he couldn't find a teammate. Osei Tutu was in the wrong. Osei Tutu wasn't in the right place. And it's now 26 minutes in, still Gillingham 0, Rotherham 0. And another throw-in has been given to Rotherham. It'll be whoever it was, but it's been poorly given away to Gillingham, and a foul on a Rotherham player. I think Rotherham were shouting for a penalty, but nothing. But nothing doing. A bit of shirt pulling going on in the goal area, and it was between I think it was Max Amer and Chidozie Ogbene, but it's only gone and resulted in a corner for Plymouth, or should I say Rotherham. Rotherham to take the corner. Richard Wood trying to direct operations as captain. The ball has gone into the goal area. It's now with Ben Wiles. Ben Wiles trying to find an opening but can't. Well defended by Well defended by Gillingham. Wiles was trying to find a gap, but David Otundu was not going to concede, and it's a throw-in to Rotherham to be taken by Wes Harding. No new goals coming in as of no new League One goals coming in as of yet. But like I say, we will keep you updated with all the goals in League One as they come. It's now with Rathbone, Ollie Rathbone now for Rotherham, and it was almost and did the ball go in? I think it might just have bounced over. I think it might just have missed going over the line, and Richard Wood has apparently fouled Aaron Chapman down on the pitch. Did he actually get it? Did he actually elbow him in the face? I think he might well have done. And the referee's now talking to Chapman to try and size up the situation. He's asking for his point of view. Doesn't appear to be too badly hurt, which is why I can't see any physios coming in onto the pitch. And Paul Scally, the Gillingham chairman, checking his watch, looking very tense right now. And so he should be, because if things stay as they are, Gillingham will be relegated to League Two. And Chapman kicks the ball out of the goal area towards Tucker. Tucker now crossing towards, I think that was Vadaine Oliver. Vadaine Oliver almost had the ball, but well dispossessed by Osei Tutu, or should I say Ryan Jackson. Ryan Jackson had the ball momentarily, and but Rotherham need to get the opening goal. Rotherham need to get the opening goal in. As the way things stand, they will lose their automatic promotion place to MK Dons. So they need to defend this corner against Gillingham, and they've proven to do so. But Gillingham. But it looks as though Jack Tucker was dispossessed and lost the ball there. Rotherham players arguing with the referee about what happened, or was it Ollie Lee? I think it might have been. Ollie Lee. So it looks as though a free kick has been given to Gillingham. Indeed, it has. And we're now just over 30 and a half minutes in. It still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham 0, and no further scores coming in for League One as of yet. Gillingham must make this free kick count. It looks like Gillingham must make this free kick count. It looks like it'll be either Ollie Lee or Connor Masterson who will take the free kick for Gillingham, or should I say Ben Reeves? Ben Reeves and Ollie Lee sizing up the situation, but Ben Reeves and Ollie Lee both take a step. Back. It looks to me as though it will be Ollie Lee who will take the free kick for Gillingham. Referee makes sure that everything is okay. And it was actually Reeves who took the free kick, but the ball was saved by Victor Johansson. He did everything right, but Johansson was there with the ball when it mattered. And Rotherham now have another opportunity to try and break through Gillingham, but they can't do so right now. Edmonds Green now with the ball for the Millers. He passes to, I think that might have been Harding. Wes Harding now with the ball. Harding passing to Ogbene. Ogbene now towards I think that was Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu was aiming for goal, but couldn't quite get there. And the ball has now gone towards Dan Barlaser. Barlaser towards Ollie Rathbone. Rathbone passing up the field, passing up the wing, I should say, to Ogbene. Ogbene now with the ball, trying to hold off Reeves. He passes to Osei Tutu. Now Rathbone. Edmonds Green now. Edmonds Green passing to Barlaser. Barlaser tries to cross, but well blocked by Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson did really well. Ben Thompson did really well to defend with a superb deflection. With a superb deflection off the back, but it's only gone and resulted in a Rotherham free kick. Or should I say a corner? It'll be Dan Barlaser who will take the corner for Rotherham. And away it goes, and straight into goal! Rotherham take the lead! Michael Ihekwe, the man who scored, and this has surely given Rotherham hope to win League One yet. Superb opening goal by Michael Ihekwe. Barlaser made the corner kick count, and it was a well-timed header by Ihekwe, who opens the goal who opened the goal scoring account, or did it actually just come off a touch there by Richard Wood, or was it Edmonds Green? I think it might have been Edmonds Green, and I can actually confirm that it was indeed Edmonds Green. So Rotherham lead by 1-0, and it is Romani Edmonds Green, and it's Romani Edmonds Green's third League One goal this season. The Rotherham United fans are in raptures, and Gillingham need to pull this one back quickly. And Gillingham need to regroup and pull back quickly if they are to stand even a remote chance of escaping relegation. Rotherham need to score more. Rotherham need to score at least two or so more goals to ensure their position, to ensure that they have a chance of winning League One by edging ahead of Wigan. And as things stand right now, Rotherham will win League One with the same number of points as Wigan, but with a goal difference of 1. That's how close it'll be. That's how close the goal difference will be. And the Rotherham fans shouting and singing their praises for their club. And I can tell you that a lot of them have travelled all the way down from Yorkshire to be here. As the ball is now with Ogbene. Ogbene wanting to ensure that Rotherham aren't resting on their laurels, and they almost made it their second with Michael Smith. How close could one get to extending their club's lead? Good teamwork between Ogbene and Smith, but the ball just went past the post. Paul Warne managing to stay calm under the sun as it's a throw in now to Gillingham. 37 minutes have already been played, and Bolton have levelled against Fleetwood. Dion Charles, the goal scorer for the Trotters in the 37th minute. And but back to the here and now, and it's an indirect free kick to Gillingham to be taken by Masterson. Masterson kicks the ball towards, I think that might have been Ben Reeves, but Rotherham defend, but Rotherham do very well. But Rotherham do very well to defend. This is just what final day football should be all about. The who's, the what's and ifs, and also the what's and ifs, and also the thrilling nail-biting contests. Ollie Rathbone now with the ball for Rotherham, but dispossessed by Stuart O'Keefe, who manages to find, I think that was Max Amer. And Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead against Portsmouth Berahino in the 36th minute. Saido Berahino, I should say. Saido Berahino, I should say, formerly of West Bromwich Albion and Stoke City. But Gillingham, but that matters. But those updates matter very little to Gillingham right now. They need to get back into this game, as a throw-in has been passed to Reeves, who now passes to Amer. Amer crossing towards Oliver, but Rotherham defend their line very well indeed, although I think there might have been a bit of shirt pulling on David Satunda, but I think that might have been Osei Tutu. Whether the referee spotted that or not, I do not know, as Ryan Jackson gets ready to take the throw-in for Gillingham. He paces himself and throws the ball towards into the goal area, but Rotherham defend it. But Rotherham again showing really strong defensive skills. The ball is now with Max Amer. Amer crossing the ball now towards I think that was Vadaine Oliver. Still nothing new on MK. Still nothing new. Although MK Dons have now made it 2 against Plymouth. Have made it 2 against Plymouth Argyle, and Sheffield Wednesday now lead by 3-1 against Plymouth. Jordan Storey in the 40th minute. Scott Twine, the goal scorer for MK Dons, and this has made things even worse for Plymouth Argyle. Richard Wood now crossing the ball out of goal for Rotherham. The ball is now with Jackson, and that is now out of play for a throw-in to Rotherham. MK Dons, superb goal by Scott Twine. The Plymouth defence just couldn't get to it in time. But perhaps some bit of good news for Rotherham is that Wigan are still 0-0 against Shrewsbury Town. Throw-in taken by Rotherham, and it's now with Ollie Rathbone. Ollie Rathbone, that's a long-range shot towards goal, but it didn't quite go in. And was that just taking a look at again as the goal scored by Rahmani Edmonds Green, which could well be the one that settles it for Plymouth Argyle, for Rotherham United. I should stop getting my clubs mixed up. As Amer passing to Aaron Chapman. Chapman crossing Chapman clearing the ball out, and he's now found Ben Reeves. Ben Reeves now for Gillingham, intercepted by Osei Tutu, but I think it was Jackson who was able to take it off him just in time. Although I think Osei Tutu's last touch would have resulted in the throw-in to the Gills. Still with three and a bit minutes to go, and MK Dons have extended their lead even further against Plymouth Argyle. Harry Darling in the 43rd minute, and that's just rubbing salt into that's just rubbing the salt into an already open wound for Plymouth Argyle. Johansson clears the ball for Rotherham in towards Ben Wiles, but the ball has now been caught by I think that might have been Ogbene. Ogbene now given away to Oliver, although Rahmani Edmonds Green did really well to defend that one. The ball is now with Masterson for Gillingham. Masterson passing downfield towards Aymer. And it's now with Chapman. Chapman passing back to Aymer. Aymer now crossing the ball towards Ben Reeves, but Rotherham do really well to hold. But Rotherham do really well to hold their ground. Ball is now with Osei Tutu. He almost loses his balance, and he's now found Michael Smith. Michael Smith loses the ball to Gillingham, and it's now with Tatundu. Tatundu towards Masterson. Masterson now towards Stuart O'Keefe, the captain. O'Keefe passes upfield to Tucker, who crosses now towards Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson trying to hold off Michael Ihekwe. Ihekwe wants to take the ball off him, but Gillingham just aren't giving way. And Rotherham have now got the ball back through Smith, I think. And it's now with Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu running up the pitch. Although Tucker is trying to take the ball off him, or should I say Chidozie Ogbene. Ogbene now with the ball, and 3 minutes have been added on at Priestfield as the ball is now with Wes Harding for Gillingham, and it's and Wycombe Wanderers have taken the lead against Burton Albion. Sam Vokes, formerly of Burnley, in the 43rd minute, and Accrington Stanley make it 3 in their game against AFC Wimbledon. Michael Nottingham in the 45th minute, and it's half time between Bolton and Fleetwood. It's 1-1 between them, and as things stand, Wigan will be champions in their game against Plymouth. They have taken the lead against Shrewsbury Town. Josh Vayler in the 43rd minute, and this is bad news for Rotherham. They lose, and this is bad news for Rotherham. They will remain in second place if things stay as they are. They need to score another goal in the remaining 3 minutes, or the second half at best. Ollie Lee now with the corner for Gillingham. It's getting really exciting as we approach half time. Gillingham trying to find an opening towards goal. Did it bounce off the crossbar? It did. And that's the closest Gillingham have been to scoring. I think that attempt on goal might have come from Ryan Jackson. Anyway, Jackson now has the ball. He was aiming for Verdane Oliver, or was it Verdane Oliver? I think it might have been. I think it might have been him actually. Just going to take a look. Just going to have another look at it. Was it actually? Was it actually? Did it? Was it? It was. I think it might have been Tucker who had that. I think it was actually Tucker who had that chance to possibly get in front, but it didn't go. But it didn't go over the line. Throw into Rotherham to Ben Wiles, and I think that might have been Ogbene. Ogbene now passing to Ogbene. Now it was actually gone towards Aaron Chapman, and there's the halftime whistle. And there's the halftime whistle. Rotherham have done what they need. Rotherham have done what they needed to do Rotherham have done what they needed to do, and that was to lead it, and that was to take the lead against Gillingham. Gillingham have held their ground really well, but even though Rotherham have taken the lead, it still won't be enough to win the League One title. Halftime score at Priestfield, it's Gillingham 0, Rotherham United 1. And I shall now keep an eye on the League One scores as they go in through half time, and I can actually now read out the halftime scores, and I can actually now read out the halftime scores for League One. For League One, I should say. AFC Wimbledon 0, Accrington Stanley 3, Bolton Wanderers 1, Fleetwood Town 1, Cambridge United 1, Cheltenham Town 1. And as I've already mentioned in our game, it's Gillingham 0, Rotherham United 1. The other halftime scores: Lincoln City 0, Crewe Alexandra 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, MK Dons 3, Sheffield Wednesday 3, Portsmouth 1, Morecambe 0, Sunderland 1, Oxford United 1, Doncaster Rovers 0, Shrewsbury Town 0, Wigan Athletic 1. Cambridge United 1, Cheltenham Town 1, Burton Albion 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1. So that's it. So that's half time across. So that's half time across the board. So that's half time across the board. That's half time across the board in. So that's half time across the board in League. So that's half time across the board in League One. We're going to take a short break. And I've also forgot to mention Shrewsbury Town 0, Wigan Athletic 1. We're going to take a short break. Do join us before the start of the second half. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Gillingham against Rotherham United on the final day of League One. Just going to remind you now of the halftime. Just going to remind you of the halftime scores: AFC Wimbledon 0, Accrington Stanley 3, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1, Burton 0, Wycombe 1, Cambridge 1, Cheltenham 1, Gillingham 0, Rotherham 1, Ipswich 2, Charlton 0, Lincoln 0, Crewe 1, Morecambe 0, Sunderland 1, Oxford 1, Doncaster 0, Plymouth 0, MK Dons 3, Sheffield Wednesday 3, Portsmouth 1, and Shrewsbury 0, Wigan 1. No change in the bottom four. Gillingham, AFC Wimbledon, and Doncaster look set to join already relegated Crewe, and as things stand in the remaining playoff places, Wycombe will take the last playoff slot remaining playoff slot from Plymouth. Wigan are set to remain. Wigan are set to take the League One title, but Rotherham are behind. But Rotherham might change. But Rotherham might change the results. If they win. But don't forget, if Rotherham win, they will get automatic promotion anyway. However, if MK Dons score, should they somehow lose and MK Dons still continue to win, then they will take the remaining automatic playoff spots. So it's still all to play for as we get ready for the second half to begin. The players and the fans taking their places inside the grounds. So what else? And the game has already kicked, and the games have already kicked off between Ipswich and Charlton, Cambridge and Cheltenham, Bolton and Fleetwood, and AFC Wimbledon against Accrington. And already in the championship at half-time, it's Barnsley 1, Preston North End 1, and it's already full time in the Women's Super League between Manchester City and Brighton and Hove Albion. Manchester City win by 7 goals to 2. And remember, as I mentioned in the Women's FA Cup commentary just recently, Manchester City are chasing a place in next season's Women's Champions League. So the players and the management now coming out of the dugout tunnel onto the pitch at Priestfield as we prepare for the start of the second half. And Neil Harris talking to one of the Gillingham substitutes. That might well be Gerald Sithole. Difficult to choose between which of the sides have been the most strongest. I'd have to say Rotherham right now, given that they've had more possession and more chances up front. Although Gillingham have started to reel them in slightly, and they'll need to continue to do so if they are to even stand a remote chance of escaping relegation, and they might just do that. And should they do so, they might just do that. They might just do that as AFC Wimbledon and Doncaster Rovers are set look very much set to drop into League Two. Romani Edmonds Green scoring that. Romani Edmonds Green scoring that amazing goal in the first half to take the lead for the Millers. Paul Warne looking to compose himself and concentrate as we prepare for the start of the second half. And it will be Rotherham to kick us off this time. They'll be going from right to left. Gillingham going from left to right. The referee checks to make sure that everyone is in position and that everything is okay. And away we go for the start of the second. And away we go for the second half between Rotherham and Gillingham. And already Rotherham have the ball with Ogbene. Ogbene now. Ogbene looking to go for a long-range cross. He does. He finds Osei Tutu, but Osei Tutu has been fouled probably unfairly in my view, by Ryan Jackson. Ryan Jackson was the man who fouled him, and it's already given a free kick to Rotherham. Rotherham need to score 2 or more goals to ensure a chance of eclipsing Wigan to the League One title, and also rely on Wigan losing or drawing against Shrewsbury. Don't forget, as an attempt on goal by Osei Tutu was defended by Gillingham, and it's actually resulted in a player going down in the process. I think it's Ryan Jackson. Trying to get up, or was it Vadane Oliver? I think it was in fact Vadane Oliver. No, it wasn't. It was Jackson. I was right first time. Ryan Jackson got into a bit of a tangle with Michael Ihekwe. Ihekwe was the man who brought him down. And the physios and the Gillingham physios now coming over to have a look at him. He doesn't appear to be too badly hurt. Can't see any obvious signs of bruising or anything like that. As Ipswich Town now lead Charlton by 3-0. Wes Burns, the goal scorer in the 50th minute. And Cambridge United now have a 2-1 lead. Sam Smith also scored. Sam Smith in the 50th minute. As it's a goal kick now to Gillingham with Chapman. With Chapman to clear the ball out, which he does. Trying to find Tatundu, but well defended. And a penalty has been scored by Will Keane in the 50th minute for Wigan Athletic. They lead Shrewsbury Town by 2-0. And this could well put the kibosh on Rotherham's chances. And this could well put the kibosh on Rotherham's title hopes, unless the Millers get their act together. Meantime, it's now a throw-in to Gillingham to be taken by Jackson, who was fouled just now. Good to see that he's back up on his feet and okay. And RUFC_Jones says this title fight is mad. You're right there. As Jackson now has the ball for Gillingham. Defend does well to hold on to it, but Rotherham do really well to hold their line. Aymer looked like he was going to score that one, but Rotherham held their line really well. And Bolton now lead Fleetwood by 2-1. Declan John the goal scorer for them in the 53rd minute. So a bit of argy-bargy going on inside. Inside the goal area as Rotherham defend Gillingham's latest attack. 49.5 minutes have been played. It still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham United 1. And its throw-in has been given this time to Rotherham. And Terry's Beer and Music Channel says a draw will do now. Come on, he says. But even so, Terry, I don't think it will keep Gillingham from relegation. Chapman clears the ball out of goal. Correct me if I'm wrong. If a draw will indeed keep Gillingham out of relegation. Although I have a feeling that it simply won't even be that, as it will but now be a free kick or a throw-in. Yes, a throw-in to Rotherham. The Gillingham fans getting behind their club, and the ball is now with Ben Reeves. Ben Reeves now for Gillingham, tackled by Ollie Rathbone. The referee isn't liking this. I think that was a really bad foul by Rathbone, and Declan John just pelted that ball straight in, and the Fleetwood defenders just didn't stand a chance. But it's only gone and resulted in a free kick to Gillingham. Ollie Lee and Ben Reeves getting ready to take the free kick even further. As things stand, no change in the relegation zone, and also still no change in the playoff positions. Wycombe Wanderers still occupy the last League One playoff spot, as Ben Reeves kicks the ball in towards goal, but defended very well by Rotherham. Now it's gone back. Now it's deflected back towards Reeves. Now Ollie Lee. Straight now towards Thompson. Thompson trying to cross towards Vadane Oliver, but couldn't quite get there. And Edmonds Green Edmonds Green was fouled just outside. Was fouled just outside the line. I think that was a headbutt between him and Vadane Oliver. And if Wigan, and RUFC Jones says, if Wigan win and MK Dons win, we have to win, unfortunately. But even so, they need to. But even so, a win will not be enough. So they need to win in order to ensure the last automatic promotion place. Otherwise, that is I think the best that Rotherham can hope for now, an automatic promotion place. As the ball is now with Benoit straight towards Chidozie of Bene, but nothing doing in that instance. And another Gillingham fan, Adam Copas says, "Up the Gills, lads! Let go! I'm working." But we got the win. I think that's an issue of overconfidence there, and AFC Wimbledon now. AFC Wimbledon have pulled one back in their game against Accrington Stanley. Ayoub Assal in the 56th minute. And and someone's going to get a yellow card. By the looks of it, it looks to me as though it's Richard Wood. Richard Wood was rough handling Vadaine Oliver, so rather unnecessarily in my view. So that'll be the cap. So the Rotherham captain has been booked. It's his 6th yellow card this season. Let's just hope it's not. Let's hope it's not just a bad omen for the man wearing the number 6 on his shirt. And it'll be a throw-in, or should I? And it's a free kick, I should say, to Gillingham. Gillingham with the free kick. Can they punish Rotherham even further with this lapse of concentration? And the answer is no. As the free kick, which did look promising as it went towards goal. I think it was just deflected at the last moment by Rotherham. Superb free kick by Ben Reeves, but it was deflected away by Ben Wiles. Or was it a poor touch from Max Amer? I think it might have been the latter. Anyway, goal kick to Gillingham, taken quickly by Aaron Chapman. And AFC Wimbledon have added another goal in their match against Accrington Stanley. Jack Rodoni in the 58th minute. So AFC Wimbledon now starting to claw their way. Now starting to find their way back into this. Should they win and Gillingham lose, they may just yet escape relegation. As a throw-in has now been given to Rotherham to be taken by Wes Harding. Wes Harding now to take the throw for Rotherham, which he does. He throws straight in towards Michael Smith. Michael Smith now with the ball for Rotherham. Now it's with Rathbone. Now back towards Osei Tutu, and there was aiming for a Richard Wood, I think it was, but that looked like it could have been a goal-scoring opportunity. But if it was, then it was wasted. Rathbone towards Ogbene, I should say, and it was almost aimed for Michael Smith. But no, it wasn't. It was Ben Wiles, and it was between Ben Wiles and Osei Tutu. Wasted opportunity for Rotherham, I should say. Corner now to the Millers. Saved and palmed away, I should say, by Aaron Chapman. Still no new goals coming in between Plymouth and MK Dons, and also Wickham against Burton Albion. Both and Burton Albion. It's still 3-0 to MK Dons and 1-0 to Wickham. Ball thrown out of goal by Chapman. The ball was aiming for a Ben Reeves by the looks of it. It's now with Rathbone, but cleared away. But it was deflected away by Edmund Screen. Actually, into the arms of Neil Harris. Funnily enough, the throw-in was quickly taken by Gillingham, and the ball is now with Tucker towards Amer. Amer passing back to Chapman. almost 58 and a half minutes gone. It still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham 1, as Masterson trying to cross the ball towards Vadaine Oliver, but I think he might have been tackled from behind by Rotherham. The ball is now with Ollie Lee. Ollie Lee passing it to Oliver. Now back towards Stuart O'Keefe. Dan Barlaser deflects the ball out for a throw. And just to make things even worse for Plymouth Argyle, MK Dons lead by 4-0. Scott Twine in the 60th minute. And just as I was about to mention AFC Wimbledon getting back into contention for their game, John O'Sullivan makes it 4 for Accrington in the 63rd minute. Free kick quickly taken by Gillingham, but deflected away by Rotherham. Gillingham now having another chance at goal straight towards Chris Woods, which I think he passed it straight to Victor Johansson. But as things stand right now, Wigan Athletic will be the League One winner, will be the League One champions, and beat Rotherham by 2-0. Ben Reeves now with the ball for Gillingham. He's passing now to, I think that was Ollie Lee, or should I say Ben Reeves? It's now with Thompson, I should say, who was looking for Ollie Lee, but deflected away really well by Rotherham. We're now just about halfway through the hour mark. It's still Gillingham 0, Rotherham 1, and you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and you can also hear us on the Commentary Hub too, Storm FM, and we're also live on our Twitch channel. So a throw-in now to Gillingham to be taken by Jackson. Jackson throws, but Rotherham managed to defend the ball really well. Not for long though, as Jackson briefly had the ball back, but it was deflected away by Asai Tutu. Jackson to take the throw in again for Gillingham. He composes himself and throws the ball towards the Rotherham goal area, but Rotherham headed away. It was well headed away by Rotherham, but so the ball has now apparently gone missing. I think it has indeed gone over the. I think it might have gone over the touch line. I think it might have gone over the touch line as Ben Reeves gets ready to take the throw in for Gillingham. Both Gillingham and Rotherham know that time is running out, and that they need to at least be assured. Gillingham most certainly need to win to stave off relegation, but I don't think it's looking likely. But I don't think it'll be likely for them now. As even if they do, it will not be enough to beat Fleetwood Town. As it is now a goal kick to. As it's a goal kick to Gillingham to be taken by Aaron Chapman. And AFC Wimbledon have pulled another goal back in the 66th minute. It's Jack Rodoni again. It's now Wimbledon 3, Accrington Stanley 4. This game could go to the wire. As Rotherham now have the ball with Ollie Rathbone, but it's now been tackled by Reeves. Reeves passing to Masterson, crossed by Masterson. I think he was aiming for Oliver, but Rotherham do really well to hold that one off. And to Tondu, not pleased about something. Was he involved in a foul, or was he involved in a foul? I don't think he might have been. But it looks to me as though it'll be a free kick to Rotherham. It'll be taken by it's a free kick to Rotherham to be taken by Dan Barlaser. Barlaser gets ready to compose himself and take the free kick. He does so, kicks the ball in towards the goal area, but the ball was picked up by Jackson for Gillingham. It's now been given away back to Rotherham. Rotherham need to start banging in more goals to ensure a win, and that was a long range shot by Ben Wiles, and Wiles almost made it 2, but palmed away by Aaron Chapman. And Will Keane has extended Wigan Athletics' lead even further in the 65th minute against Shrewsbury. So Rotherham's chances of winning League One are now surely all but gone as they take the corner. Headed away, it was deflected away by Max Amer for Gillingham. They failed to make this corner count. Had the corner gone the right way, it would have been Rotherham's second goal. But as I say, it was wasted. But could they be given a chance to redeem themselves with this second corner? It doesn't look like they will, as the ball was sent well out of goal before Rotherham even got a touch to it. I think that might have been Rathbone who actually got the ball just as it left the goal area. But after 66 minutes, it still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham United 1, and the ball was actually doing a few, and the ball was actually bouncing around the Rotherham fans in the stands there before ending up back at the feet of Aaron Chapman and Doncaster level against Oxford United, and a substitute's being made for Gillingham. Mustafi Carroll comes on for Ollie Lee, and Josh Martin with the score for Doncaster in the 67th minute. But a Rotherham player has gone down this time. It's Richard Wood, the captain, fouled from behind by somebody I couldn't see. But no major changes in the bottom. But no major changes in the bottom four, apart from Doncaster's draw, meaning they are now a place ahead of AFC. Meaning they are a place ahead of AFC Wimbledon. Wickham still occupy the last playoff spots against Plymouth, with the remaining playoff spots now filled by MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday, and Sunderland. So a bit of it. So player has been stopped as the players trying to as the referee tries to assess what's going on with Richard Wood. Neil Harris shouting instructions from the touchline at the Gillingham supporters. What must be going through his mind right now, as indeed what must be going on through Paul Warne's mind. And play has now been resumed. I think the ball was almost caught by Chidozie Ogbene. He's been in the thick of the action quite a bit. He has, but the ball has now found. Ball was now just about to go towards. I think that was Ben Reeves, but it's gone up for a throw to be taken by Ryan Jackson, and it's going to be another throw in to Gillingham. Jackson to take the throw again. We're almost into the 69th minute. It still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham 1. No further changes. No No new goals coming in for League One. Jackson to take the throw, which he does, and he throws, but defended very well by Rotherham United. And David Tatunda now has the ball for Gillingham, but it's not to be as it goes out of play. Ball is now picked up by Chidezi Ogbene, or is it Ihekwe? It's actually Ihekwe with the ball for the throw towards Ogbene. Now back to Ihekwe, but foul from behind by Gillingham. Good use of the ball, and Rotherham looked like they were going to take it back, but it seems to me as though Ogbene was fouled from behind by Thompson, and Ben Thompson is shown a yellow card. Doesn't complain about it very much. Doesn't show any signs of complaints. It's his third of the season. And we're about 20, and we now have just under 20, and we now just have under 20 minutes to go. Until we can be sure who finishes where in League One. Rotherham get ready to take this free kick. I think it's Ogbene who I say 2-2 to take the free kick, which he does, but saved that time by Gillingham. The ball is now with Ollie Rathbone. Ollie Rathbone passing to Barlaser. Barlaser trying to find an opening, but deflected away by David Tatundu, and Osei Tutu makes way for Joe Mattock. Makes way for Joe Mattock as the substitutes. In my view, they should have made a substitution at least 4 or 5 minutes ago to even stand on it to increase their chances of scoring 2 more goals. They haven't done so, which is why they're still at 1-0. And was that an attempt on goal by Michael Smith? I couldn't quite see if it was, but the ball is now with Wes Harding. Wes Harding now for Rotherham, but the ball was deflected away for a throw-in, and it will be taken once again by Ogbene. Ogbene throws, but Ogbene now throws, and it's now gone towards Ryan Jackson for Gillingham. It's difficult to pick out. It's difficult to pick out who my player of the match will be. We'll let you know. In due course, as it's Ihekwe towards, I think that was Richard Wood, but Wood was able to deflect the ball away, and the ball has now gone towards Joe Mattock, but nothing comes of it for them, I'm afraid, and it'll be a substitute for Gillingham. Daniel Phillips will be coming on as a substitute, and he will take the place of Connor Masterson. Masterson gets ready to make his way off the pitch as Phillips strides on. Daniel Phillips making his presence known with a few words towards his teammates, I should say, as Johansson clears the ball out of goal for Rotherham. but it's now resulted in it's only resulted in a throw into Gillingham. Gillingham, they're going to take the throw, and it was with I think that might have been Oliver. But Reeves now with the ball for Gillingham. Now he's passing to Rathbone. Dan Phillips tackles the ball off him very well indeed. He passes to Ben Reeves. And the ball is now, and the ball was almost passed to, I think that might have been Stuart O'Keefe, but Rotherham still doing, but Gillingham still doing well to hold on to the ball. Otundu almost given away to Ben Wiles. Jackson tackled by Joe Mattock. Mattock passing to Ihekwe, and the ball was almost with Ben Wiles, but it's gone out of play for a goal kick. And Burton Albion have levelled against Wycombe Wanderers, and Bolton have levelled against Fleetwood as well, and Fleetwood have levelled against Bolton as well. Joe Garner for Fleetwood in the 79th minute. Gassam Adame for Burton in the 72nd minute. Wycombe don't need to worry about things right now, but if they lose, they will be out of contention. But it looks to me as though it'll be a free kick or something to Rotherham. Yes, indeed, it is an indirect free kick, I should say. Neil Harris looking on. He's possibly sensing that Gillingham's hopes of winning this game are pretty much over. Rotherham need to make this free kick count. Dan Barlaser kicking the ball in towards Michael Ihekwe, but Ihekwe doesn't get to the ball in time. And it's getting really exciting between Bolton and Fleetwood as the Cod Army are now doing really well to hold off any threats for relegation. Should things stay as they are, they will have just about done enough to stave off any relegation threats. As the ball will be now given to Aaron Chapman for a goal kick. Still 1-0. Still Gillingham 0. Rotherham 1 after in the 77th minute. The Gillingham fans look like this. The Gillingham fans are now looking like they can't bear to watch any more of this. I wouldn't be surprised if a few of them will start to actually walk out of the stadium within the next 5 or so minutes. Meantime, a Rotherham player has been fouled, and a substitution for Rotherham is about to be made. It'll be Georgie Kelly. To come onto the field for the Millers, and it'll be Ogbene who will come off the field as the physios take a look at the Rotherham player who has been fouled. Tony Stewart probably knows deep down that a League One title win is all but impossible. It's Michael Smith, the Millers' top goal scorer, who has been fouled, and also in the Championship, and also the other games still currently going on in the Championship. Preston North End lead Barnsley by 3-0. Emil Rees-Jacobson in the 74th minute with that goal. As things stand in the table, Wigan will Wigan will be the League One winners, with Rotherham occupying the last playoff spot. Wycombe will take the final playoff spot, with MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland occupying the remaining places, as Georgie Kelly comes on in place of Michael Smith. I thought it was going to be Chidozie Ogbene, but Ogbene still but Ogbene stays on the pitch. And no further changes in the relegation zone, as Ben Reeves now has the ball for Gillingham, I should say, but it's now gone towards Dan Phillips. Dan Phillips passing to David Otundu. Otundu now towards Mustafa Carriol. Carriol trying to find an opening but can't. Good defending by Rotherham, and a foul supposedly on Georgie Kelly, but the referee's saying play on. It's Jackson now for Gillingham. Jackson passing to Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson trying to hold on to the ball but cannot quite do so. Anyways, pass to Ben Reeves. Reeves now towards Aymer. Aymer passing up the wing now towards, I think that was Dan Phillips. It's now gone back towards Aymer. Wigan are set to win League One by 2 points. The tension is still evident at Priestfield, and the Rotherham fans can now sense that automatic promotion is all but possible. A few guys dressed up as Santa Claus. It's the wrong time of year to do so, in my view. So it's about 8 months. It's about 8 months. It's almost about 8 months until Christmas. So whatever Father Christmas is doing out of season, I don't know. But anyway, a corner given now to Rotherham United, and it'll be taken, and it will surely be, and it looks like it will be taken by. Or is it a free kick? I have a feeling it is a free kick to be taken by. Oh no, it's a corner. I was right first time, and a header, almost headed in goal by Michael Ihekwe, but Aaron Chapman did really well to save that one. Ihekwe did everything right with that header, in my view, but Chapman saved that one, and Badane Oliver has gone into the book for Gillingham. It's his 7th yellow card. That might have been for dissent. I couldn't quite see what was the offence, but play still resumes at Priestfield. Rotherham now have the ball with Chidozie Ogbene. It's now gone towards Edmonds Green. Edmonds Green now towards Ogbene, and that was almost an attempt on goal by Ben Wiles. Ben Wiles now with the ball again, straight towards Joe Mattock, the substitutes. The ball has been intercepted by David Otundu, but it looks as if Ogbene was going to take that ball off them. Barlesa now. Rotherham still hungry to score that particular goal, but well defended by Gillingham. Wiles, I should say, trying to go towards goal, and I think that was an attempt. I think that was almost an attempt by Georgie Kelly there, but it still remains Gillingham 0, Rotherham 1, with almost 6 minutes to go. And Wes Harding has been given a yellow card for Rotherham as well. I couldn't see what the offence was about. and Bolton have made it 3 against Fleetwood. The Trotters have taken the goal back. It's Dion Charles in the 86th minute. Lincoln City with Tom Hopper make it 1-0 against Crewe Alexandra in the 79th minute. So Fleetwood, but even so, Fleetwood are likely to escape relegation, as Dan Barlaser has gone onto the ground. We're now almost 5 minutes away from what will almost certainly be relegation for Gillingham and automatic promotion for Rotherham. We're now 5 minutes away. Neil Harris consulting with one of the Gillingham substitutes, talking things through with him, as Rotherham now are going forward towards goal, and they've done it. They've made it 2. It's the captain, Richard Wood. Richard Wood makes it 2 to the Millers, but it's offside. But the goal has been disallowed. It's disallowed. It won't stand. Was he offside? I think was he just that fraction of a second offside? He might well have been. But even so, that is a wasted opportunity for Rotherham, and something has happened. A flare has gone down onto the field, thrown down by one of the fans. That is absolutely despicable, and such action should not take place wherever you go to in the footballing world. And it looks as though play will have to be delayed just that fraction even further, as David Tutunda makes way for Gerald Sithole. Sithole now comes onto the pitch, as it's Georgie Kelly now for Rotherham. He's passing to Chidozie Ogbene towards I think that might have been Wes Harding. Even so, now the ball has now been picked up by Gillingham. Kicked long range towards I think that might have been Joshua Coyote, but we'll have to wait and see, as Ben Wiles now has the ball for Rotherham, and Wycombe Wanderers have regained the lead against Burton Albion. Jordan Obita in the 85th minute. And it's now Sheffield Wednesday 4, Portsmouth 1, with George Byers in the 86th minute. Wycombe now appear to have their League One playoff place well and truly settled. And it's still going, and it's still a frenzy now between Gillingham and Rotherham just outside the goal area. Harding with the ball, although Gillingham were able to take the ball back. Was almost picked up by intercepted, I should say, by Richard Wood. Now back towards Barlaser. Barlaser crossing the ball now towards Chidozie Ogbene. Ogbene now with the ball towards Georgie Kelly, the substitute, and Kelly has scored for Rotherham. This time it most certainly is 2-0. He makes up for that disallowed Richard Wood goal in fine style, taking off his shirt. The fans are breaking ranks. They're mobbing him right now and hugging the players, and the flares are going off. The fans, I mean, you should. The flares are going up inside the stands. The celebrations, I think, are getting out of hand. as Cheltenham Town make it level in the 90+1 minutes with Alfie May. Even though Rotherham make it 2-0, it won't be enough to overhaul Wigan Athletic to win the League One title. What a super goal by Georgie Kelly. Great bit of play by Barlaser. Barlaser did a cross to Chidozie Ogbene, and he found Georgie Kelly at the right time. Kelly was completely unmarked, and because of that, and just because of how he managed to sneak his way, in and score that crucial goal to ensure Rotherham's automatic promotion, he is going to be my man of the match. Player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services. We're now into the 90th minute. How many minutes will be added on? They should have brought Georgie Kelly on earlier, in my view. And because of the shenanigans being held on by the fans, there are now going to be an extension period of 8 minutes. And Georgie Kelly given a yellow card for taking his shirt off, which as we know is against the rules. But he just didn't seem to care. And like I said, the support from the Rotherham fans just got that. And like I said, the support from the Rotherham fans and the passion just got that bit out of hand. I'll say to Chidozie Ogbene now with the ball for Rotherham. He passes to Ben Wiles, and that would have almost been Georgie Kelly's second goal there. Ogbene did very well to pass to Miles, but it was deflected back, and Georgie Kelly just missed his chance to go that bit further ahead. And it's full time between Oxford and Doncaster Rovers. 1-1 between Oxford, 1-1 between the Yellows and Donny, and that's all but confirmed. And that has definitely confirmed Doncaster Rovers' fate. They will be relegated to League Two as Aaron Chapman kicks the ball out of the goal for Gillingham, but it doesn't. And I think that's and I think it's just gone over the touch. And I think it's just gone over the touch line. And I think that might have just gone over the line for a throw, or has it? No, it's going to be a free kick to Ben Reeves. Ben Reeves will take the free kick for Gillingham, and a Rotherham substitution is about to be made as Ollie Rathbone makes his way. As Ollie Rathbone makes his way off the field and his place is to be taken by Hakeem Odoffin. Odoffin comes onto the field as it's now full time, and the other full-time results are now coming in. Morecambe 0, Sunderland 1, AFC Wimbledon 3, Accrington Stanley 4, and Bolton Wanderers 4, Fleetwood Town 2 are the latest full-time scores. AFC Wimbledon confirmed as relegated, as and Fleetwood Town have assured themselves of another season in League One. As Johansson clears the ball out of the goal area towards Georgie Kelly, but Kelly loses the ball to Daniel Phillips. Kelly tries to take it back, and Rotherham have now got possession again with the ball. It's now with Daniel Barley. It's now with Dan Barlaser, but Barlaser sends the ball. But Barlaser sends the ball away, and it's now full time between Plymouth Argyle and MK Dons. 5-0 to the Pilgrims, and 4-2 now between Bolton Wanderers and Fleetwood Town. John Dardy Bodvarsson in the 96th minute. And Cambridge, and it's now full-time. Cambridge 2, Cheltenham 2, Bolton Wanderers 4, Fleetwood Town 2 is also full-time. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Portsmouth 1, and Sheffield Wednesday are assured of a playoff spot, as are Sunderland as well. And meantime, the other game that's still going on is between Wycombe and Burton Albion. Whatever happens between Wycombe and Burton Albion, whatever happens now, Plymouth are out of the playoff race are now out of the race for the League One playoff spots, as Aaron Chapman gets ready to kick the ball out of goal towards Dan Barlaser. Hakeeb Abdullakan scored the goal between Lincoln City and Crewe Alexandra in the 90th minute. And also coincidentally, it is full time between Shrewsbury Town and Wigan Athletic. Shrewsbury Town 0, Wigan Athletic 3, and that all but confirms it. Wigan are the League One winners, and we are now just 3 minutes, and we're now just about 2 minutes away from the game between Gillingham and Rotherham. A corner has been given to Gillingham. Bit of an argument going on between Odoffin and O'Keefe. Very rough handling unnecessarily, and Ihekwe trying to break them up, as a corner has been taken by Gillingham. It's now, and it looked to me as though Tucker slipped up inside the goal. It's now officially confirms it. Full time. Plymouth Argyle 0, MK Dons 5. It's all up. Plymouth's playoff dreams are now gone. As Victor Johansson gets ready to kick the ball out of goal. It's a goal kick to Rotherham. It's a goal kick now to Rotherham. They have done all they can. They can only now settle for automatic promotion, as Romani Edmonds-Green kicks the ball now towards Shadozi Ogbene. Gillingham have the ball back. With Vadane Oliver now towards Tucker. We're now about 30 seconds away from the full-time score. At the end of the game, I will let you know of the full-time results and the League Two and the league permutations, as it's now full-time between Lincoln City and Crewe Alexandra. Lincoln win by 2-1, and a throw-in has been given to I think it's Rotherham, but it doesn't matter now. That's the full time. It doesn't matter now. It's the full-time whistle. Rotherham have assured themselves of the automatic promotion players. So I think Paul Warne disappeared, and wisely so, in my view. The Rotherham fans are breaking out onto the pitch. The stewards are going to have a hard time trying to get them off. But like I say, Rotherham did all they could. In the end, a win just wasn't to be. Wigan Athletic are confirmed as League One champions. Gillingham also Gillingham also Gillingham also Gillingham also did Gillingham also Gillingham also did Gillingham also did all they could, but they didn't stand a chance, and it's now full time between Wycombe Wanderers and Burton Albion. Wycombe have taken the last playoff place in League One, and in the Championship, it's Barnsley 1, Preston North End 3 at full time. What a final day it has. What an amazing final day it has turned out. What an amazing final day it has turned out to be. And Gillingham are relegated. They will spend next season in League Two. Like Rotherham, they did what they could. Like Rotherham, they did what they could. They even had a couple of goal scoring chances themselves, but none more so than Rotherham. A very valiant effort by the Gills, but it just wasn't to be. And now that I've caught my breath back, I can fight. And now that I've caught my breath back, and coincidentally, it's full time in the Premier League between Newcastle United and Liverpool. The Reds win by 1-0. I can now go through the final results of League One. It's AFC Wimbledon 3, Accrington Stanley 4, Bolton Wanderers 4, Fleetwood Town 2, Burton Albion 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2, Cambridge United 2, Cheltenham Town 2, Gillingham 0, Rotherham United 2, Ipswich Town 4, Charlton Athletic 0, Lincoln City 2, Crewe Alexandra 1, Morecambe 0, Sunderland 1, Oxford United 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, MK Dons 5, Sheffield Wednesday 4, Portsmouth 1, and finally Shrewsbury Town 0, Wigan Athletic 3. The party on the pitch is still going on for Rotherham United, deservedly promoted back to the Championship automatically after relegation last season. The players and the manager, the fans have been sort of celebrating, hugging each other. The stewards have had to try and separate. The stewards have had to sort of calm things down. But I mean, supporting your club is all fine and very well, but to take things to extremes with that. With those flares towards the end of the game was just absolutely unnecessary and uncalled for, and as I also said in commentary, absolutely despicable by throwing it down onto the pitch. Final League One table, the final League One table stands thus: Wigan Athletic confirmed as champions, Rotherham United runner-up by 2 points. The playoff places filled by MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland, and Wycombe Wanderers. Wycombe just edged out Plymouth on the final day, and that will make their playoff position all the more sweeter. Bolton did really well for their first season back in League One, in the top 10, 73 points, 9th overall. Not a bad season, and with 21 wins, not a bad season's work. And also Burton out having a look at the further relegations, Gillingham and confirmed as relegated. Gillingham, Doncaster Rovers, AFC Wimbledon, and Crewe Alexandra, as we already know. and Fleetwood Town doing really well to just hold on to the final the final spot to secure themselves a place in League One for another season. Well, that just about wraps it up. That just about wraps it up for our coverage on the Commentary Hub. What an exciting final day it has been. What an exciting final day in League One it has been for us on the Commentary Hub, and also all those fans of the clubs up and down, and also for those fans of the clubs up and down the country. I've been Nicholas Jones. Have a great rest of your weekend, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, bye-bye for now.